Sony has held their first State of Play of 2025, and I have a couple highlights from the show that I want to go over. Let's talk about it. Hello there everybody, and welcome to The Comfy Spot. My name is Tyler, and today we are going to be talking about Sony's first State of Play of 2025 and the 5 highlights that I have from the show. This was a 40+ minute State of Play, just over 40 minutes long. It was absolutely jam-packed with a lot of games. So many games, actually. I did not count them, but I would say it was at least 20 games that were there in this showcase. It was quite a bit. Overall, I thought it was a pretty good show. I'd probably give it a B if I was giving it a letter grade, but that is neither here nor there. Today, I want to talk about my 5 highlights from the show, because although there were a lot of games and I was on board with just about everything I saw there were 5 in particular that stood out the most to me and got me the most excited. So without further ado, let's get right on into it. My first highlight from this week's State of Play is going to be Lost Soul Aside. This game has been, it's been in development for quite a while now. I think getting close to a decade in terms of development time. People have been looking forward to it for such a long time. I've known about it for a while, but I haven't really been keeping it on my radar. But it appeared here at the State of Play with a release date of May 30th for PS5 and PC. And I gotta say, it looks really cool. It looks really awesome, really fun. If you are looking forward to, if you really are into hack and slash action games like Devil May Cry, if you're super into, say, Stellar Blade, for example, Nier Automata, Bayonetta, if you're into those types of games, those character action, flashy types of action games, this one is going to be right up your alley. It looks like it's going to be checking all those boxes. I'm super here for it. The combat that we saw was really cool. The story teases that they dropped throughout the trailer seemed really interesting and intriguing. The world seems pretty unique and weird, or maybe not unique, I should say, but it seems really interesting. I'm looking forward to seeing what this universe has in store for us. We saw some different environments, some modern day ones, some futuristic worlds, some more fantasy styled ones, because it looks like we'll be going through different timelines and different dimensions in the game as part of the story. So I'm into it. It seems super cool. And then we also saw like these giant kaiju spirit-esque type fights that seemed pretty wild and insane. Gonna drop a Naruto reference here. It was like they just had like the perfect Susanos just formed here, and they were doing these big fights with them. Nevertheless, it looks awesome. I'm super into it. I understand now, seeing, after seeing this trailer, why everyone's been so high on this game for so long. I've been waiting for it to come on out, because I had seen over the years like short gameplay snippets. I thought it looked cool, but I was like, what more is it to it than that? After seeing this trailer, I understand 100%. The game looks dope. Lost Soul Aside, I'm very excited for it. Coming out on May 30th. It's gonna be a busy month. I would love to review this game. I don't know if I have the time to, but it looks awesome. I will definitely be playing it though at some point this year after it comes out. My second highlight from the State of Play is going to be Saros. This game is the new game from Housemarque, the developers behind Returnal, and boy oh boy oh boy am I so excited for it. We only got a CG trailer, so no gameplay, but if you played Returnal, you're going to be very excited for this game here. Our main character in this is called Arjun Devraj. He is played by actor Rahul Kohli, and we see that he is stranded on this off-colony planet here, and as he says in the trailer, every time that the solar eclipse happens, basically evil comes up, evil reigns, and he has to fight. He's looking for someone, and every time he dies, he comes back stronger. And that is a little tease at a key feature that's going to differentiate Saros from Returnal, because in the PlayStation blog post that the team posted over there, they said that permanent upgrades will be a thing for your character after you die each time. After every death, you will be able to permanently upgrade something about your character, be it your weapon loadout, your armor, whatever the case may be. You will have permanent upgrades after each death that will make you stronger in subsequent runs, which is different from Returnal. Returnal didn't really feature permanent upgrades at all, or not really many as far as I can recall. It was really more so temporary upgrades that you had for each run, and the only things that really carried over between runs, if I remember correctly, it's been a while since I played, were the levels that you had for your different weapons, like the upgrades that you had, the upgrades or perks that you had unlocked for them by using them over and over again. That was the only thing that, if I'm correct, that carried over between runs in Returnal. So I am looking forward to Saros. Ever since Returnal came out in 2021, I fell in love with that game. I've been looking forward to whatever Housemarque was cooking up next, and I'm very happy to see that Saros here is what they're doing. And as they said, this is building off of everything they learned from Returnal. So I am so excited for it. Like I said in my last video, Returnal is a game that absolutely surprised me. I did not expect to love it at all, and I loved it so much more than like I ever could have imagined. So I'm all in on Saros. Again, there was no gameplay in this trailer. We will be getting gameplay though at some point later on this year, and the game is coming out in 2026. So we have a bit of time to wait before we get the game in our hands and before we see gameplay for it. But nonetheless, I'm very excited for Saros. My third highlight from the State of Play this week is going to be Darwin's Paradox. This game might be one that people looked at and was like, whatever, who cares, I don't care, it's not a AAA blockbuster. I care though. It looks goofy and fun in its own quirky little way. This is an action-adventure, story-based platformer where you play as this octopus named Darwin, who gets caught up in this alien adventure of sorts. It looks really weird and really wacky and goofy and just silly. But I'm here for that. You know, we need games like this. We need games that aren't just always super serious and aren't always, you know, just like super dour. Like just seeing this type of game that's like, hey, we're just gonna have fun and be weird and silly and goofy. I'm all here for it. It kind of reminds me of Octodad to an extent, because that game was like also very silly and goofy. Of course, different types of silliness that we got going on here, but Darwin's Paradox, it looks like a lot of fun. I'm looking forward to seeing the platforming that we're going to be doing with it, the different abilities that we'll have. We saw some ink abilities, some camouflage abilities that were going to be used in the gameplay trailer that they showed here. So I'm into it. I'm into Darwin's Paradox. Put it on your radar if it's not already. It looks like it's going to be coming. It looks like it's going to be really cool, and it is supposed to be coming later on this year in 2025. Hopefully it sticks the landing. We will wait and see, but that is one of my other highlights from this week's State of Play. My fourth highlight here is going to be Tides of Annihilation. This game is coming from Eclipse Glow Studio, and man, you know, if you were into, again, character action, flashy hack-a-slash action games, you are eating well after this showcase, because you got not just Lost Soul Aside, but this one as well with Tides of Annihilation. It looks like it's emerging like modern day London with Arthurian legends and all. It makes for an interesting setting, a unique setting for sure. We play as this character named Gwendolyn. Of course, like I said, it's a character action game. It's like really in the vein of Devil May Cry, your Bayonettas, and so many others that have been inspired by those. It looks absolutely insane. The combat that we saw here looks just as fast paced as you might expect it to, and then there's also something unique about it where we saw it briefly in the trailer, but in the PlayStation blog post they talked about it more, how you can summon two different knights in combat and they can assist you in different ways, be that for like charging in for an offensive attack, or if you want to use them to help you pull off some combos, or if you need to use them for defensive purposes, whatever the case may be. You have these two knights that you could summon for combat, and that is sure to make, you know, spice things up some, make it, you know, more differentiated from other character action games on the market that many people are, you know, are known for and everything. So I'm super into it. And there's also like a bit of God of War 3 in there as well, because as we see in the trailer, there are like these giant colossal knight type figures roaming around and everything, and the team did confirm that you will be able to scale these knights. You'll be able to be on them, explore their surfaces, and you'll be fighting on them as well. If you've played God of War 3, like you can understand why I'm saying the comparison point is there. God of War 3 had you doing that back on the PS3. That was insane back then. So I'm looking forward to seeing what that is like here in Tides of Annihilation. It looks really cool. It looks super fun. Keep this one on your radar if you are a character action fan. No date for it. No release date, no release information. We just know that it's in development at this point in time for PS5. I believe it's also coming to Xbox as well. Do not quote me on that though, and I imagine it'll probably be coming to PC as well at some point too. Nevertheless though, Game looks super awesome. I'm into it. It is one of my highlights from this week's State of Play. My final highlight from the State of Play is going to be Metal Eden. This first-person shooter really came out of nowhere, to be quite honest. I was not expecting it from the showcase, but it looks super cool. When it first started, I'm not gonna lie, I thought it was Marathon because it had the very clean visual aesthetic and kind of glitchiness that the first Marathon trailer had. But nope, this is not that. This is seems like it's purely a story-based first-person shooter, very fast-paced, very mobility-focused as well from what we saw in the trailer. It looks absolutely wild. There's a lot going on in it. We see what different abilities that are being used, different enemies that we're fighting, wall running, jumping jetpacks and everything. It looks really, really wild. I'm all in on this game. It's coming May 6th. Keep your eyes on this one. Keep your eyes peeled on it. My eyes are all in on it. Hopefully, and as of right now, we don't know what the rest of the year is looking like, but May 6th seems like the perfect time for this game to come out. That way, it comes in just before the deluge of other huge, big AAA games that are coming in the summer as well, and later on in May. Yes, this is coming shortly after Clair Obscur Expedition 33 at the end of April, but hopefully, that May 6th release date will give it time to have some breathing room and be able to shine in its own right. So I'm looking forward to it. It looks like a lot of fun, and I hope you all are looking forward to it too. So those are my 5 highlights from the State of Play. Like I said, there were a lot of games in the showcase, and I was into basically all of them really. There are so many games here, many others that I would have loved to say were highlights, but I wanted to limit my highlights down to 5. Some others I do want to briefly shout out though real quickly. Borderlands 4 showed up here. I got a September release date, which is awesome, and we got confirmation of a exclusive State of Play for Borderlands 4 coming this spring, which is very cool. We'll get a deeper dive on the game. Shinobi Art of Vengeance also looks super cool. That's coming August 29th. I'm very excited about that one. Onimusha Way of the Sword got another gameplay story trailer for that. Shows off some cool combat. Very excited about that one. Dreams of Another, very unique, very interesting, weird game we got here. I definitely want to learn more about it. It's quirky enough and unique enough that it has my eye. It popped out to me. Not a highlight, but it's one that I'm going to keep my eye on for sure. And then last but not least, Directive 8020. This is the next installment in the Dark Pictures anthology from Supermassive Games. This one set in space with this alien that can take the form of other people on the ship. I'm super into it. I haven't played a Dark Pictures game since Man of Medan, but I do like Supermassive and their games, so I got my eye on this one. Again, just a couple other games that I wanted to shout out really quickly, and there were so many others that I would love to shout out from the State of Play, but if I did that, we'd be here all day. I don't want to keep this video as tight as I possibly can. So all that said, thank you all so much for watching. This was a pretty solid State of Play in my opinion. Again, like I said, letter grade, I'd give it a B. If I was to give it a number grade, maybe a 7.5, no higher than an 8. I know 7.5 does not equate to a B as a letter grade, but that's just what I would do personally. I would not say it was a C as a letter. It'd be like a B, B minus for a letter grade. Neither here nor there. I enjoyed it. I know a lot of people online are like, it was terrible, it was trash. I don't think so, but to each their own. Let me know what you all thought of the State of Play down in the comment section below. What games were your favorites from the State of Play? Which ones are you the most looking forward to? Let's talk all about it down in the comment section. Leave a like on this video if you enjoyed. Subscribe to the channel if you have not already, and turn on notifications. That way you know as soon as new videos go live. My name is Tyler. This has been The Comfy Spot. We'll talk next time. Have a good one.